Their soldiers killed everyone.
Assassin's Creed Shadows is an upcoming action role-playing game developed by Ubisoft Quebec and published by Ubisoft. Set in 16th century Japan towards the end of the Sengo period, the game will focus on the millennia-old struggle of the Assassin Brotherhood, who fight for peace and liberty, and the Templar Order, who desire peace through control, from the perspective of two protagonists, Neo, a female shinobi, and Yasuke, an African samurai inspired by the historical figure of the same name. The two characters control differently and provide a unique gameplay style, allowing quests to be approached in multiple ways.
Sense of Africa.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is an action-adventure game that also consists of gameplay styles in various other genres. As archaeologist Indiana Jones, the player can choose to use stealth or engage in direct combat with enemies. The game also includes various puzzles, many of which are optional. Jones's whip can be used for combat and to traverse through certain areas. The game is played from a first-person perspective, but switches to a third-person view for certain gameplay actions and cutscenes, such as when Jones uses his whip to swing over gaps, or when climbing pipes and walls.
By my count, that makes 2 super soldiers loose in Paris.
3, counting you.
And that's 2 too many.
Marvel 1943, Rise of Hydra is an upcoming action-adventure video game developed by Skydance New Media and published by Playen and is based on Marvel Comics characters Captain America and Black Panther, setting against an original narrative that derives from the comic book mythology and various adaptations in other media. Inspired by the 2010 comic book limited series Captain America, Black Panther, Flags of Our Fathers, the story is set in occupied Paris during World War II, and involves American super soldier Steve Rogers forming an uneasy alliance with Azuri, the king of Wakanda who operates as the Black Panther, as they attempt to prevent the rise of the organization Hydra.
We'd be dead, so what do you want?
Answers.
That's far enough!
Stay out of my way!
Stand!
Condemned is a beat-'em-up, action, third-person game which focuses on fast-paced, brutal hand-to-hand combat. Set in dystopian city of Bandung, Indonesia. Players will play as the protagonist, Hendra, engaging in fast-paced, hand-to-hand combat against waves of enemies across various levels. The objective is to defeat all foes, including powerful boss characters on each level, using brutal combat movements, various melee and firearm weapons. Alkahest is an action-adventure RPG set in a murky medieval world, where satisfying melee combat with highly interactive environments takes center stage. Explore realistic locations, learn alchemy, and make a name for your family. Build your combo and execute it against enemies. Drop a tree on their head, kick them off a cliff, set them on fire. In Alkahest, fast-paced close combat within a richly interactive environment takes center stage. Use all advantages, alchemical potions, daggers, relics, and more. Even a rope can become a deadly weapon in skillful hands. Second Loop is a FPS action game with sandbox physics puzzle solving. You're the robot pilot in the heart of a futuristic dystopian world. Control your Goliath in intense combat, and use your ability to manipulate gravity plus assemble mechanical parts to solve physics puzzles. Engage in heart-pounding combat that puts you at the center of the action, facing off against advanced AI opponents that adapt to your playstyle and employ cunning strategies. Feel the rush of adrenaline as you dodge incoming fire, unleash devastating combo attacks.
Shall not flinch from crushing any insurgency or uprising with the inexorable.
It is a stark admonition to all who would presume.
But what is hope if not the willingness to sacrifice everything?
Astropulse Reincarnation is the new single-player, science-fiction third-person shooter RPG set on a war-torn future Earth from Imaginary Studios and accomplished Blizzard artist Wei Wang.
Join me. A new age is upon us.
Hey everyone, my name is Leo and I'm the lead developer of a new action-adventure game Ferocious.
Ferocious, an immersive, action-packed, old-school first-person shooter. Shipwrecked on a mysterious island that's overrun by hostile mercenaries and fearsome predators, dinosaurs. Outlive both man and beast in a relentless battle for survival. Your priority is to locate your missing brother, but as you venture deeper, it becomes evident that you're not the only human being around. Mercenaries infest the land, setting the stage for a game of stealth, strategy, and survival. Navigate meticulously crafted maps, each offering unique strategies to outmaneuver enemy patrols and encampments.
Vegetation. Use a mix of photo-scanned and handcrafted assets to create a world both scary and beautiful.
It's more than serious, Haruna.
Unknown 9 Awakening. You are Haruna, a quester born with the ability to venture into a mysterious dimension that overlaps our own, known only as the Fold. On her quest for powerful hidden knowledge, Haruna will learn to master her unique connection to the Fold, which allows her to channel its powers into our world. But such power does not go unnoticed, and Haruna quickly becomes the target of a splinter faction calling themselves the Ascendants, who want to use the Fold to alter the course of human history.
Because they're savages. We witnessed nothing but savagery.
Greedfall 2, The Dying World. Dive back into the unique world of Greedfall again in an even deeper RPG experience. Uprooted from the island of your birth, find your freedom, explore the old continent and forge your destiny through alliances, scheming and battles.
These tear-free natives are savages, and their savagery is contagious.
But we're born with the gift to understand the language of the horses.
Windstorm, The Legend of Khiimori. Cultivate your Mongolian nomad camp and complete missions to build your legacy as an ancient courier rider. Tame and train horses with specialized abilities to explore every aspect of a diverse landscape.
Heart of Mongolia.
S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2, Heart of Chornobyl is an upcoming first-person shooter survival horror video game developed and published by Ukrainian game developer GSC Game World. Discover the vast Chornobyl exclusion zone full of dangerous enemies, deadly anomalies, and powerful artifacts. Unveil your own epic story as you make your way to the heart of Chornobyl. Make your choices wisely, as they will determine your fate in the end. Enotria, The Last Song is an action RPG Souls-like set in a fantasy world based off Italian folklore and culture. It aims to take the genre in a new direction, with a vibrant and sunlit world based off Italian summer where the gameplay allows you to alter the world and enemies in systemic ways.
They've taken my brother. It's time to fight.
Redline, I got your back.
Spine is a single-player action game about close-quarters gunfights with aesthetics of gun-fu movies. Step into the stunning cyberpunk world with rebellious street artist Redline and her sentient combat implant Spine as they defy the autocratic AI regime in search of Redline's captured brother. Enjoy a thrilling fusion of cinematic gunplay and beat 'em up. Dive into the chaos of Spine's combat, where every move is a dance between gunfire and raw, close-quarter bullet mayhem. It's not just a game, it's an artistic canvas for your own style of destruction. Kiborg is a fast-paced action roguelite with brutal, cybernetic-enhanced combat. Learn the art of hand-to-hand, melee weapon, and ranged combat to become an unstoppable war machine. Lead a resistance on a faraway prison planet and face the consequences of your actions, win or lose. Battle through missions that mix procedurally generated and handcrafted elements. You never know what enemies and challenges you'll face. With dozens of enemy types, hundreds of combat modifiers, and a plethora of non-combat encounters, no mission is the same. Dead Flamingo is an action-adventure fantasy game that follows the epic story of a young fisherman driven by hopeful ideals in an insidious world that meets its end every 7 days. The story is mainly set in the ocean, sailing in water, exploring islands, and discovering environmental puzzles. In Dead Flamingo, your main objective is to find a way to break the cycle that sees the world, and everything in it, come to an abrupt and violent end every Sunday night. To do this you must uncover the secrets of this world, build relationships with the characters scattered above and below the ocean, and fight disturbing, Lovecraftian monsters. Dawn of Defiance, you are the Defier, subjected to a mythic plot across ruined isles. In this Greek myth-inspired survival craft, ascend from weak soldier to godlike anti-hero. Build impressive Greek structures, craft and upgrade your gear, and face down the trials of gods with up to 3 friends. Venture across the ruins and wilds, just beyond the domain of the gods. With heightened movement abilities, traverse and endure the natural challenges of coastal cliffs, foggy woods, dark caves, and blistering sands to unlock treasure and power amidst mythic landmarks.
Black planets roll without aim, where they roll in their horror unheeded.
Stygian outer gods, dive into a hostile world that challenges your very existence, in this survival horror game with RPG elements. Unravel a 1,000-year-old mystery, risk your sanity and face the outer gods with your skills. Every bullet and every decision counts now. Are you up to the task?
Los primeros se decían ser. Acá en la llanura donde cubrimos hoy con nuestro cuerpo el mar.
The Path into the Abyss is a hardcore first-person open-world survival shooter set in Buenos Aires with a backdrop of cosmic horror, combat mechanics, dynamic AI, and looting. In the Abyss, it doesn't just rain. There is also a variety of constantly changing climates depending on the areas. Survival requires protecting oneself from extreme climates with different types of clothing.
Es como una sombra. Ahora lo siento conmigo todo el tiempo.
Eldrimar is a blend of genres, action RPGs, adventure and survival horror. The game tells a grim story in a dark fantasy setting. In the kingdom of Eldrimar, a schism occurred, as necromancers rose up against the mags and took over the great city of S.T.A.L.K.E.R, destroying all living things and turning people into undead. The situation was seized upon by Lord Azata, the leader of the S.T.A.L.K.E.R race, who were once banished to lower worlds by humans long ago. The game's main character is Saren, a warrior of Azata, who has been trained since childhood for invasion. His task is to open the Great Portal and bring his people back to their homeland of Eldrimar. But it won't be easy as he is alone, and enemies are everywhere.
A race. It is you who will invade the mortal realm and unlock the Great Portal.
And that's the list. Hopefully you found a few new gems to your gaming library. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon next time.